Hello, and welcome to today's marketing session. We're going to talk all about how to get this platform to recommend your community. So, if you are wondering how to do this without having to pay for ads to drive people to your community, which, by the way, is a very underused strategy and it works. But I'm going to show you how to do this in an organic way today. Okay. Before we get started, I want to share today's badass affirmation. All right. You ready for it? So, why not be the biggest, happiest, most generous, and fully realized humanoid you can be? Why not be? Especially in times like these, we need more good humans around. So I love coming on here every week to share tidbits. Sometimes I share a lot. Sometimes I share just a little bit, and that's okay too. But the purpose of these weekly live marketing sessions is to inspire you, to motivate you, and to really just help guide you through the clutter of social media. So I hope that you find today helpful. If you're brand new to the page, welcome. My name is Ginna Tassinelli. I'm also the owner and founder of Hype Media. We are a social media marketing agency, and we support entrepreneurs as well as small businesses and medium-sized corporations with done-for-you social media marketing services, everything from management, lead generation, paid traffic, even blogging, Pinterest, so many chatbots, so many different services. But my absolute passion is working with female entrepreneurs just like myself, one-on-one, and inside of our group mentorship program, where I guide you on how to develop, refine, define your personal brand, your style, and elevate your visibility so that you can reach more of your perfect human. Okay, so one great way to do this is by building a community. First, I'd love to know, do you currently have a community, a group on this platform? Just say the word group if you do. And if you don't, that's okay too. Hopefully, today will inspire you to create one. There are many reasons why you would want to create a community, but I would have to say that the main reason is because that's really where you can make your business a bit more inclusive, exclusive, so that you are bringing people in to your community that want to learn more about how you can help solve their problem in your space. Okay, so I like to think of a business page as the front yard and a Facebook group as the backyard, where I invite my friends to hang out. We have barbecues and we have fun, right? That's kind of the analogy that I like to use when explaining what's the purpose of a group. The other thing is it's a great place where you can interact more one-on-one for engagement purposes, and your how you show up in the algorithm. You have a better chance of being in their news feed as well, which is obviously really helpful when you are marketing your business and when you're trying to really make these connections and powerful connections and start to build relationships with potential clients. So the question is, but how do you get the platform to actually recommend your group so that it's showing up as a recommended group to others? And so I'm going to go through different ways to do that. And it's all really based on the engagement in your group. Okay, so if you have no engagement in your group, it's going to be very hard for your group to get recommended to others that are similar to the members that are already a part of your group. So how do you increase that engagement? That's always the really like one of the top questions I get with not just Facebook pages, but also for groups as well. So I will tell you, if you can increase the engagement in your group, the actual membership of your group will increase tremendously and quickly, okay? Because once you get the platform to recommend your group as a suggested group that they should check out, that they should be into, the more that happens, the more people are going to start requesting to get into your group. So let's talk about how to make this happen, how to increase that engagement. The first thing is by asking questions. Questions prompt engagement because it's asking people questions, and people love to talk about themselves. They love to give suggestions and advice. So I would have to say this is the number one way to increase your engagement is to ask questions. And you might be thinking, well, what kind of questions do I ask? So first off, ask yourself questions that your ideal client might be asking. So for me, for example, I get asked how to increase engagement in a group, how to increase engagement on my Facebook page, how to find clients, how to do lead generation, questions that pertain to struggles that your perfect human is having that relate to your business, okay? So there are a few different types of questions that you can, that will help you with these, that will help you prompt what to ask. The first one is support questions. Do you need help with this? Do you need help with that? If you could get 30 minutes with a blank expert, what would you ask them? Those are support questions. The second one is opinion questions on, which do you like better, A or B, this or that sort of thing. So you're asking for their opinion. Those are really simple questions to ask because, and they actually gain really quick engagement because they're quick responses, and people do love quick responses on social media. The next type of question is a prompt question. And this is where you get people to raise your hand. Like, are you this? Or do you relate to this? Or on a scale of 1 to 10, do you feel like this? That sort of thing. Those are prompt questions. And then the fourth type are share questions, where you're asking them to share something about their business. Maybe you want them to share what they're working on. Maybe you're asking them to share their podcast name or their Instagram handle. Okay, so that's number one way of increasing engagement in your group. Number two is to do group or continue to engage on those posts that are trending. So if you see that there is a post that seems to be trending, it's starting to get more comments, what you want to do is, I know, and I actually, I used to do this all the time. So I would see a post trending and I would start to reply to every single comment right away. The way to keep that post to continue to trend more than just, an hour or two is to go in there, but only respond to 1 or 2 people at a time. And then maybe wait a couple hours, then go back to it. And what it does is every time you do that, it kind of tricks the algorithm to push that post back up to the top, not just in the group, but also in your members' news feed. Okay. Number 3 is to tag members that are super active in your group, tag them in posts. So if I may be creating a checklist and it's something that somebody has asked for, maybe I want to drop that checklist in the group, but I want to tag the person that asked for it. And that, instead of just sending it directly to them, post it in the group and then tag that person. Or if you have, hopefully you have membership questions before people get approved to get into the group. And depending on the questions and their answers, maybe you're going to answer a question, and maybe it's a very common question that people are answering, or a common answer to that question. So you could do a post about it, or you could go live about it and tag everybody that had that same answer or had that same struggle or challenge or whatever the case may be. And then the fourth way is to celebrate your group as a community. So a fun way to do this is maybe for every, 20 new members, you go live and you do a little dance party, or you like throw confetti or something like that. So that's a great way. And then you also want to tag those new members. Welcome posts are great for this as well. So as your group begins to grow, you're able to actually create what's called a welcome post. And when you click on that feature on the right-hand side of your page, if you're on a desktop, it'll populate a post and it'll automatically tag all of those new members. And so in that post, you want to type something in the beginning other than let's welcome our members. Maybe you want to ask them to introduce themselves. Maybe you want to ask them a few questions, that sort of thing. And then when you post that, it will automatically notify each person that was tagged in that post. And so that's going to increase your engagement once they receive that notification and they go to the post and they answer the questions in the welcome post. So any questions? And if you're watching this on the replay, do not be shy, because I will come back and I will answer all of your questions. I will see you guys next week, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. Have a fabulous rest of your week. Bye.